Okay, here we have an iPad Mini Smart cover by Apple. So I've got a blue one here and this sort of salmon pink one at the back there. Now, the iPad Mini in question on the table is actually an iPad Mini Retina, but the cover fits on both the original iPad Mini and the new iPad Mini Retina, so it's exactly the same shape and depth. So there's no difference at all between the products for either iPad Minis, no matter what the adverts and reviews say. So this is obviously hinged, it's really quite floppy, but it adds a stiffness. So that stiffness is giving a protection to that screen, that all important touch sensitive screen. So this means that I can now be a little bit more, and it's very nicely held in place by magnets, be a little bit more robust. I can put its screen face down knowing that it's going to be protected, even if it's not a totally smooth and nice soft surface like this tablecloth. I know it's going to handle the odd little scratch and dent, and if anything does drop or get thrown on it, it again is not going to cause an issue. So the outside is a kind of really kind of hydrophobic, really nice kind of waxy but not at all sticky. It's a very nice tactile outer side. The inside is actually sort of slightly fluffy, so you've got here a kind of almost a fleecy feel here. So I'm not saying it's going to be a kind of fleece that you'd wear, it's nothing like that, nowhere near as much, but it's just slightly brushed and gives a really nice kind of texture and gives you a good feeling that it's a really nice material to keep against your screen. Now, it's a little bit like fridge doors and the lights inside fridges. When you actually open and close the flap, the magnets that are within the lid, this actual cover, automatically allow the iPad Mini to turn on and off. So as I close this, let's do it at a little angle because you can just about see it as it goes off. As I bring this down, there you go, it's just gone off there. So it's very, very close. And there you can see I've got it just on the blink sensor point, and that's done by the range of magnets that are within the cover. So not only does it help keep the cover shut, so you can hold it upside down, etc., it's also detecting, and you can have the iPad Mini switch on and off just like you can with the iPads. Okay, so obviously unfolding in a particular way allows you to use it as a stand. Now you can actually do it both ways. The magnets on the edge and the tip here allow you to create a hinge, this kind of triangle, with either the fluffy side out or the non-fluffy side out. Now I prefer to do it with the fluffy side in, and what I mean by that is because I want to keep my fluffy screen protector clean as possible. So my tip is to do it the real official way, which is to have the more hydrophobic, really smooth surface on the outside of your triangular fold, and there it is as a stand. Now don't get me wrong, you can push that over quite easily. You've got to be a little bit careful. It's not a sturdy stand by any means, but it certainly isn't going to fall over by light taps or knocks. So if it's on a slightly moving tabletop, for example, it's fine, but if it does get a push, it's going to collapse and fold flat. Or, okay, it didn't fold flat in this case, it actually collapsed and held its shape, but it might do as easily as that. It might fold flat on itself. Obviously the hinge is completely full flow, you've got no resistance at all. It's really, really clever they've done this, and of course detaches nice and easily. Again, nice strong magnets on the side here. Of course it only attaches on one side. You wouldn't want to wrongly attach it on the side with your volume controls, etc., and the magnets just don't take there. So there are absolutely internal to the iPad itself, iPad Mini, there are already magnets ready to align up with the cover. So that's a very nice design, really nice blue. You can get this in very many different colours, from blacks to greys, blues, greens, yellows, etc. And I'm sure Apple will keep bringing out different colours to amuse us all. I'm just going to bring a set of scales in very quickly. Let me turn them on and get them to 0, just so we can go through the weights. Okay, so there it is empty. So I'm going to rip my cover off quickly, pop the cover on. So the cover itself is just shy of 70 grams. Let's call it 70. Obviously the iPad Mini Retina itself, the version I've got, is coming in at 331 grams, and combined, there we go, 401 grams. Okay, so it's not an insignificant weight. I'm not saying it's heavy at all. What is 70 grams? 70 grams is about the same as 3 AA size batteries. So I just pop these batteries on here, you see that for yourself. 72 grams, so it's just under the weight of 3 batteries. So if you picked up 3 batteries, and you said to yourself, okay, that's the additional weight. Now, of course, if you pick up 3 batteries, you might think they're quite heavy because all the weight's in one place. You've got to be a little bit careful how you consider the weight, because weight is a little bit, you can perceive weight differently based on how small or how even the weight's spread out. Obviously, when it's spread out like this, you do not really feel it, and you certainly don't feel it when adding the weight to your iPad Mini. So I personally really like the smart cover. I use it all the time. It's looking after my iPad mini. It means I can put it down. I really like that. I like to be able to protect it knowing I've got myself the hard metal case on the outside, and I don't mind ultimately that gets scratched, but I certainly do not want the screen to get scratched, and this is doing a very good job of that, and it's helping me keep the screen clean. So it's any kind of, I'm not saying this is dusting it, don't get me wrong, there's no real movements, very subtle movement, so it's certainly not to be used as a screen cloth, but it's certainly keeping it dust free. There's no static being created, so this isn't in no way means making anything worse, it's only making things better. So good thumbs up, recommended, not particularly expensive. To be honest, I think Apple have done a good job with this. It's not needed a lot of improving since they did the original for the first iPad, the larger scale one, and this small one for the iPad mini and Mini Retina is equally good. I certainly use it every day. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, subscribe and comment.